In Russia's Far East, thousands of people have been forced to abandon their homes after the worst flooding in over a century. Emergency services say around 30,000 people have been affected by the disaster, and most are now being housed in shelters. RT's Paul Scott is there and has talked to some of the victims.
The scale is breathtaking. As far as the eye can see, floodwaters submerge swathes of eastern Russia. Homes destroyed and livelihoods ruined. Water beneath me is 3 meters deep, and all around you can just see rooftops and treetops sticking out from above the water. We've even just come across one couple who were preparing their dinner on the roof, some of the steadfast few who at the moment have refused to leave their homes. This is the island of Vladimirovka. Most of the residents have been evacuated to safety, forced out by the deluge. But some have simply refused to leave, preferring instead to brave it out. Meet Alexei. For 2 weeks now, he's been living in his attic with his brother Slava and cat Surma.
We have to travel to dry land by boats to meet my wife, who brings us food from the city. I have to stay here to try and save what I can. There's no other place we can live.
A little later on, we spot a couple. They need to reinforce their roof and get help from the emergency services that we're travelling with. It's an attempt to keep out the worst floods in the region in over 100 years. Not everyone is prepared to wait it out. Of the 30,000 displaced, many have found themselves in temporary accommodation centres that have been hastily assembled in places like schools. Thousands of troops and emergency crews continue to arrive in the area to help tackle the disaster. In the meantime, there are fears rescue workers could be confronted with a major health crisis. Medics are warning the rising waters could be a breeding ground for diseases such as hepatitis and dysentery. But for the time being, local officials maintain they're getting all the support they need.
We're receiving a lot of help from emergency crews sent in by Moscow. Groups of rescue workers arrived with boats and other equipment to give us a hand.
Although the authorities' handling of the crisis has been praised up to now, the worst could still lay ahead, with more rain expected in the next few days. One of the main areas of concern are the hydroelectric power stations, which are straining against a critical mass of water, threatening to send millions more tonnes down onto the already devastated region. Paul Scott, RT, the Amur region.